Yay. What up, everyone? Welcome to OTHERspace PM. It's episode 17.
Oh,
Holy
wow.
shit.
Yeah, wow.
What up, Jason the Ape?
What up, homie? I can't believe 17 episodes. Time has just flown by. I love that
Dang, I know,
song, man.
man. I know, it's a
It's a
sick
good vibe.
little track right there. Shout out to Ken Nana. But, dude, shout out to everyone that's pulling up. Welcome.
Yeah.
Hope you're having a good evening. It's been a crazy day. It's been a crazy week.
Yeah, bro. That's for sure.
How you feeling?
Good. I was just resharing the room on X as well, because we do stream that out there as well as YouTube. So
That's right.
just sharing that out, man. I got my stripes on and the full commit visually to looking like my
Yo,
ape tonight,
I thought so. I was like,
right?
damn, I'm fully immersed, bro.
Fuck it. Why not? No, I'm good, man. I'm excited. My heart's been racing for a few hours now. It's been a good day, man. Just trying to make shit happen all day long. But this is like the icing on the cake, getting to sit back, listen to, what's up with the homies who are tuning in. We got Bastard. What's good?
Bastard. We got greedy bastard.
There's been a lot. I woke up early, man. I was listening to Mario and Man Ran in that little group, talking about CZ and
Man ran.
yeah, Man Ran. You don't know Man Ran?
I don't know.
He's
Man ran.
OG MSNBC crypto news guy.
Oh,
So he hosts now Spaces with Mario and Wolf of Wall Street. And so they did a whole thing this morning about Binance and CZ and da 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 da. So
I
6 in the
know.
morning, bro. I'm sitting out there having coffee, listening to the birds. My adrenaline's going because I'm like, oh, what's gonna happen today in the market? Like,
Shit, man. It's
woo.
crazy. It's pretty crazy on all the different things that are going down right now,
Yeah, and then I sent you this message earlier, and the other homie Jaco. Like, it's funny to have been around in crypto so long to see normal people become giants, and then giants become normal people again. And the crypto space is so fresh and still developing, right? Like, it's
Shit. I
absolutely
mean,
wild.
it's, people say it's the Wild West over here, but yeah,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
I think there's just a lot of interesting things going on. Definitely want to hear your take. Want to tap into other people's takes as well.
Yeah.
4K3 in the house. He's been in the space, tapping in to the same one that you were.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, it's yeah, I think you were referring to BitBoy as well, right?
Yeah, BitBoy. I when BitBoy was a new content creator, I had him on my show, and he had this little like weird green screen thing, and it was really
Mm,
funny. And now he's gone up to the biggest guy, crypto influencer, and then to wherever people see him at. So
I know, man. Well, we'll definitely get into that because I think that's really the thing that's taken over the timeline, the discussion. It's on everyone's mind.
yeah,
People don't know what to make of it. The market doesn't know what to make of it. It was kind of like, it reacted very quickly, but then it like kind of smoothed out like
yeah,
for a little bit, and then it went down again. It's just like, what's going on here, man? And like people catching the news at different times, but through it all, and Atari made actually a really good point about this too. But with Sam Altman being ousted as the CEO of his own company,
oh, bro,
OpenAI,
yeah.
and then having like the majority of the team like essentially boycotting, like
Bro, it's
threatening
just
to
like that
leave.
Robin Williams movie. They're like, Captain, my captain, and they like stand on the desk, all the
Yeah.
students,
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's just like this shit is playing out in real time on X.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
What
it's
a weird
crazy to
place.
see the dialogue. It's crazy to get even before anyone makes a TV appearance and has like an interview with CZ, he's putting out his own thoughts.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you get to hear like someone else's thoughts, like uh the Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase,
Mhm.
who's in, not the same situation, but they're both like crypto and the centralized exchanges, especially in the US, are being scrutinized.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. It feels like it's all part of the plan. You know,
Yeah.
it's all part of the plan.
So this is the part I gotta say, guys.
All
This is my third cycle. And every time you get near elections or anytime there's war or disruption, you start to see shit like this happen with crypto, right? So I can't tell you how many times crypto's been dead, declared dead, banned in China. Every time that happens,
yeah.
you're like, shit, you better buy up what you can because it's about to pop off soon. So
Damn.
I feel fairly strong to say like this is probably a good thing for crypto, man, because this is about to decline. And then, I based on past patterns, I bet something really good for the ecosystem's coming. And you had said earlier the ETFs, right? Like can't stand with Binance being up. And CZ even made a post on Twitter earlier, like, yo,
Yeah, we'll check that out.
yeah, yeah. Like that one, I was like, yo, this dude's a fucking G. He's like, listen, I'm good. I'm done being a CEO. I'm gonna go
He's
be
like,
rich now.
as a former CEO and shareholder of Binance, like, yo, he just made you remember that he's also a freaking shareholder of this private company. They don't need the
Bro,
money.
bro.
But yeah, it's pretty crazy just looking at the numbers that they're pulling in based off revenue, and they do trade like futures and get a huge fee off of that. So it's just nuts to think like, 4 billion might not even be like that much. It's a lot,
Yeah.
but like, who
It's
knows how this is going
yeah.
to play out? I have a feeling it's not fully unfolded yet. Like, do we even know if he's going to jail?
I mean, I
Is he
don't
going
know
to
what
face any jail time?
like people
Like,
kept
what the hell?
referencing like Arthur Hayes and like his house arrest situation. And I mean, I don't think he's an American citizen, so I don't see why he would go to jail.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Like he paid his
well,
fine. He's out. I
we'll
bet.
see.
I bet.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, there's like the super wealth. They got their
Yeah.
ways. They got
Yeah,
their ways. Stuff
bro.
that I probably can't comprehend. You know what
I
I'm
know.
saying?
He's
But
like 4 billion. Yeah, let me find my ledger that's marked with throwaway
you know
cash.
what? Let me just step down as CEO for a little bit and do my own thing.
Yeah,
But
yeah. All right, we'll get to that because
I mean, yeah, we got that. It's the last week of Otherside Legends of the Mara for
is
season
it
one.
really?
I think so. I gotta double check. I'm
That
pretty sure there's
I
only like
did look,
7 days left, bro.
bro. I did look and see that there's barely any sediments left. So,
For what?
for the
Anything?
fragment, like two of them, the biogenic and the mutant goo is gone.
I'm checking right now, dude.
Because there's less resources, I haven't been checking as often because I kind of just have my
All
stuff
right.
set,
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So let me give a quick status update with Legends of the Mara. Because we definitely gotta just touch on the camp real quick.
It's awesome, but I'm expecting an announcement soon because like it once this depletes, then what are we doing? What's
Yeah, I
the next
mean,
part of the game?
so with with this right now, let me optimize a little bit. There we go. All right. So this is what we're working with, but let's take a look at this area. These are the remaining fragments left for season one.
Yeah, it's getting low.
So biogenic swamp, that was
Gone.
Dunsky. That was
Gone.
Dunsky so quick.
Yeah.
Chemical goo.
That went pretty fast.
That went pretty quick after because everyone ended up reallocating right after that. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
And you got to think about like if you're a whale, you got a bunch of farmers, you're probably going to just allocate all that stuff to biogenic swamps first. You know what I mean? You're eating that up. So that stuff got harvested out real quick. And then where are you going to move to? The second most rare, maybe not in like circulating supply because Cosmic Dream is actually the second most rare, but chemical goo. That was the second most rare sediment. And that went out not too long afterwards. Like what would you say, 2 weeks?
I mean, it's all kind of blurred together. The other day when I checked the hunting, it said like 50 something days, and I went, "Holy shit, this game has been open for over 50 days at this point." So I couldn't tell you, man. It's all blurred together.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's also, so the next one that people are doing is Cosmic Dream. And
Yeah.
this is actually, if you look at the count, it's 1,260,000 sediment fragments. And that's actually less than chemical goo. So, one of the big reasons for that, just like 4K3 is saying right here, if Yuga farmed their Cosmic Dream deeds, I don't think they did, but Yuga is like the majority owner of these Cosmic Dreams. And then these are also a good majority of the ones they allocated for partners.
Mm-hmm.
So you got people like Horizon Labs who have HLV. They got how many do they got? Again, like over 500 deeds.
Jesus.
Yeah. So a lot of them are Cosmic Dream. And then Rainbow Atmos. And then and that's in low inventory now with the Rainbow Atmos. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's rad.
Thickless Cage said, I don't think Yuga ever expanded their deeds. And I think he's right. They just moved them into the other wallet.
Yeah.
But on the Infinite Expanse, we got 32%. But this kind of makes sense. And I want to go into maybe a little bit of speculation real quick before we get into everything.
Yeah.
And that is, let's see.
Let's speculate.
We got with the Shattered. Let's go into like one of the leaderboards. Is there a way to access the leaderboard from this screen anymore? You have to go into the game.
Yeah, I have to go into the game.
Dang. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. All right, let's go into the game then. That's weird. All right. So I'm almost done with this guy. I actually reallocated to these two commons because I might be able to finish off this one, and I put the majority of my firepower into this last deed, which I have over 50% left to like kill this second Shattered. So I'm going to see if I can get that in. But we go to the leaderboard. The creation season ends 7 days, 11 hours, 12 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So right up here. That's what
So
it
we got
says.
a week left. All right.
So we got a week left. It also says up here, just because that's where the what you're in contention for. But yeah, what's next, dude? What are you expecting? We've had delays with the season ending. We've had, are we going to be starting the next season right away? Are we going to be converting to the ability to create or to convert our Mara into a Coda Mara?
I mean,
Like, what do
realistically,
you
none
think?
of that. No. Like I think that's too ambitious for us to think, because that is exactly what we would want, right? But I kind of think that the next thing is going to be just claiming our items from our chest, and separating maybe the resources into different NFTs.
Mm.
But they're gonna do little by little so they can stretch the shit out of the process, right? So like recently, I don't know if you've noticed it, but I saw a claim now button pop up when I loaded up
What?
the chest. Yeah, like just for a split second it was there. And I kind of went like, oh, am I tripping? But I saw someone else post on socials that they saw the same thing. And a few others said they did as well. So I don't know if it was a glitch that kind of popped up on our screen, but it did say something along the lines of coming soon or claim now for the chest. So I think that's the next thing, is claiming our chest. And maybe those items become individual NFTs, and they give us a little time to speculate and trade on those, right? Because I I almost think that a lot of these things are waiting for their new marketplace to come open, so that all of the new individual things like the amps, the resources, the
Mm.
fragments, whatever the fuck
Mm,
they
mm,
throw at
mm,
us,
mm.
like it's all going to be sold on Magic Eden. Exactly, exactly. So like
Yeah,
that's going to
Anthony
happen.
planted
It
the
it
seed.
just it just makes the most sense, right? Like
Wait, but I don't think Magic Eden Yuga Marketplace is the Agora. I don't. I think those are
no, no, no,
separate.
no. I do think it's separate as well. I just think that they're gonna have this marketplace that's gonna come out, maybe similarly timed to when they're like, "Hey, by the way, your amps are now individual NFTs, but they're only tradable here, and your fragments are now individual NFTs, but they're
Uh,
only tradable here." You know, that kinda thing.
mm, mm.
That's kinda what I think will
See if
happen first.
they can get those creator royalties.
Yeah, why wouldn't they? You know
I
what I mean? If
mean,
they made that big announcement, let's
testing
get
out
that.
the economics of the game, you know
Yeah,
what I mean? I
yeah,
could see
so
that.
I I would
Okay.
love it. I would love it to be also simultaneously like, hey, maybe Heavy Metal Arena is open and there's that, and
Yeah,
then
hey, that's a good point. Like, if you're gonna like have Legends of the Mara and everyone's sitting on that, you better activate with this heavy metal. Like,
right,
stagger it up. Let us wrap our head around the new meta for whatever this next mini game set is.
right.
And then let us ease back into this. You definitely. I remember when this stuff started like really popping off at first. We felt like a rush of information. We were just like, oh my God, so many things are going on. Like, what do I
Yeah,
do? You
right.
know what I mean?
Hell yeah, bro.
It just felt like so much was happening, and it kind of showcased the importance of, the N not so maybe it's onboarding, I don't know if that's the right word, but just kind of the cognitive load that people have. Does that make sense?
Kinda. I
Like,
mean, it just feels like
when
a
you
culture shift.
like, the cognitive load example is kinda like, if you were to go to In and Out, like, In and Out, they just have double, cheeseburger, shakes,
Mhm.
fries. But the menu's real simple. There's like 5 items that you can pick, but of course you can customize and they have their own like secret menu stuff. But when you're at the menu, it's like real simple. You don't
Right,
really got to think
right.
versus going to like a diner where they just have freaking breakfast, lunch, soups, sandwiches, you know what I'm saying? Just like
Mhm.
everything. And then it's harder to decide because you're dedicating more mental energy toward everything. So I think that's the same thing when it comes to like web3, especially with gaming. And a lot of people aren't even gamers, they're collectors,
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
so we had to do the breakdown videos of the breakdown videos. you know
Well,
so
it's kinda funny, man, like, the longer we've been in the club, Sean, the reality of, like, what we thought was happening and what was happening were 2 completely different things, because we had such high dreams of what they were going to deliver and then realized, like, "Oh, this shit's still being built on the fly," but it's still very new, like, the more the more I get to experience the club, the more I realize this is gonna be a long-term process, like a very, very
yeah.
long-term process, so that patience game has to become part of it.
So I think the fact that there's 7 days in the other side season, I'm also paying attention to 10 KTF because 10 KTF just got folded under the other side in terms of just the way the team is organized. Like when Yuga went through that reorg, so
Mhm.
now it's other side, and then they have me bits and 10 KTF, and things have significantly changed with 10 KTF. Like not every Thursday we're having tweets coming
Oh,
from
yeah.
Wagmi-san.
Yeah.
You know, they're working really hard on this PFP collection called the Grailed, and I think people are also sleeping on that because Eric Reed mentioned it several times in the interviews with the Damn Show, and at Ape Fest on stage as well as in the interviews. So yeah, the Grailed, those are going to be other side ready. It's the whole project's tucked in under other side, and he was talking about how this is going to be meant for like they have an opportunity to like craft and customize in a brand new way.
Do you
And
think Go ahead, I'm sorry.
just to complete the
Yeah.
thought, it just makes sense to me to start paying attention to the seasons of the other side because we've had 10 KTF seasons as well, and it makes sense. But I also kind of see like the benefit of making it a little more digestible in terms of timing of things. To say like, okay, if we're gonna have friends come into the other side pretty soon and we have battle allies. And we know 10 KTF is going to be a part of that because Wagmi-san is sitting at the table with Curtis, Blue, Jeff, the heavy metal, as well as all the other collections right there. So and we know heavy metals, we're waiting on heavy metal to have utility in Legends of the Mara as well. So this 7 days to me is significant because it plays a part in these other projects as well. So yeah, I'm just kind of like drawing, maybe it's just for myself, but drawing the significance of the seasons in the other side and how important that timing is. And maybe it's just because like I I looked really deep into the when they first announced it. It's like the celestial coordinate system, like the seasons, the timing, and this is the creation season. We're about to get into, I forget the next one, but yeah, I'm kind of paying attention to be like, okay, so what's going to happen? How are we all preparing in these other projects to be ready for season 2 of Legends of the Mara? And because of these sediment fragments almost completely farmed out, we're going to need a way to use those sediment fragments as well, right? So, what are we going to use those sediment fragments for? So far, the only thing that I know of and we know it has untapped potential, but we know that with this catalysis event, we'll be able to take our Mara, ingest those sediment fragments, and turn into a Kodomar. And then it gets put back into the global supply. So it's like, yo, we're going to need to do something with these farmers. So they got to give us a reason to ingest that stuff. So we could be seeing some Kodomar pretty soon too.
Yeah.
You know what I
Or
mean?
or maybe just, the beginning of farming actually resources instead of fragments now,
Oh,
right?
good point. Good
Because,
point.
like, maybe we need sediment and resources to create a Kodomara. They never said otherwise, so there
Uh,
could be.
They said it requires a seasonal catalyst, and even sediment fragments are optional, but that it is laid out on
Okay.
what's required for that. But that's not to say you make a great point about resources coming into play and how we might be able to assign those farmers to actually harvesting resources. Yeah, because we haven't touched those yet.
Well, and then it makes me wonder too with the Kodomara, like, are there farmers that can only farm sediment, or can the farmers farm resources as well? You know what I mean? Because I couldn't imagine them saying it couldn't do both, but maybe as a Kodomara, it could do both, and singularly, it can only do one kinda thing. So, like, if you do a Kodomara, now you can farm your resources as well, but the normal farmer can't, you know what I mean? So
Well, a Kodamara, that's true. A Kodamara, I mean, I would think it would be able to just based off of the skill, but could be wrong.
I mean,
But
it's just
but
speculation to see, like, what could
yeah,
be driven for purpose, right? Because
yeah,
at this
just
point,
like
it's
little
just a lot
things
of.
that
Yeah,
they
just like
can
what
do.
sort of gamification would separate it and create external value for that
Yeah,
to
yeah,
be
yeah.
separate than what that other thing is, right? Because they don't need to make a replicant of what already exists.
I'm just thinking like, with the fact that Kodamara will be able to do all three, right? They'll be able to enchant, they'll be able to hunt, they'll also be able to farm. But it's just like, yeah, that's going to be really valuable because right now I'm finding myself in a place where it's like, shit, I got some farmers. What am I going to do? Like, farm stuff that I don't have sediment fragments for.
Yeah, yeah. I
Like
mean, I have homies that are in the same boat where
good
they
thing
have
that I have an
farmers.
infinite expanse right now.
Like some people I know have only, the 2 deeds that are already farmed out, so they have farmers that
Exactly.
at this point they can't do anything with,
You do
and
anything
they're just kinda sitting there waiting, and that's part
unless
of
you
that
want to sell
game,
it.
right? Like, do you move them? Do you flip them to something else? Do you hold? It really is, it's interesting how many different ways you can play this game, and it's only season 1. So,
Yeah.
season 1 creation season ends in 7 days. I I don't see why the claiming of the chest isn't the next thing that happens. Like, we need to have these items that we've been working for, or at least, Sean, know what we've been working for, because there's no way to visibly see what's in our chest other than that first initial boom on screen when you achieve it, right?
Dude, I can't
So that's a
believe
major, major flaw.
I can't believe that. Yeah, it still says coming soon. I don't know
Yeah.
if you see it up here.
Yeah, and and
So,
and you like, if someone's trying to sell a deed, right, they have multiple and they don't remember what's on what, like, "Oh, you got 3 on legendaries on this one, but I don't know what I got on any of my deeds." So,
yeah. It's cool that you could still see Goliath kills, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
And so like, okay, at least you know how many times it's been killed, but you don't know if that's a master chest or a novice chest. You don't know
Well,
what they
like
got in it,
like for myself, right, I got one of those Renga boxes on one of my deeds, and
and you
I was
don't know
thinking
which
of
one.
well, no, I know exactly which one, but my
Okay.
thought was, how would that also be provable to someone else if I was trying to sell it for more, right?
Mhm.
"Hey, believe me, dog, I got that Ranga
Bro,
box."
trust me, bruh.
Yeah, and then they're, "Hey, 7 ether." No, like, so it's kind of at the seller or the owner.
7 for a Ranga box. You
Well,
heard it
it's
here
on
for
it's on a deed with the Tavo too, bro, so, you
Okay.
know what I mean? Like, you get that Tavo, get that Ranga box, I got what you need. But realistically, like, I thought about that the other day for sellers, also for buyers, you might be buying stuff and you don't know what's on it. If you see a Goliath, you don't know if it's legendary, epic, or anything special. So
No,
that's
for real.
that's an opportunity for you to fix something that we desperately need. I
Dude,
think that'll be coming soon.
I have a feeling there might be like a gap between seasons now that we're talking it out
Yeah,
because there has to be they're dealing with this whole on-chain off-chain thing right now. Like all of the Goliath kills are it's metadata that the on-chain metadata is how many kills you have. The off-chain data is really that's where all like what you won on that deed, how many fragments you have that's associated with your account. All that's nothing's in my wallet when it comes to those master chests or the sediment fragments. So this stuff needs to be going on chain at some point if we're going to be able to trade it freely,
yeah.
and we own it. And so I get the feeling that because of potential complexity with the mechanics and people trying to figure out like, hey, you know what? Like, because I don't think we'll mint like one NFT or ERC 1155 token for each sediment fragment. Like that would mean I would have, let's see, that would mean I would have about 730 biogenic swamp fragments. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
like that's a lot of gas too. So they would have to be putting this stuff in bulk, I would imagine. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we do it by 10 or even if it's like incremental amounts, like okay, you can mint a batch like and have a minting event where you could be like, yo, I want a bundle of 5 and this is the floor price for a bundle of 5. I want a bundle of 10, 20, uh 50, 100, 250, 500. Perhaps there are like different bundles that you can get. I'm just like speculating, but
I mean, I just I you're
you know
absolutely right, because if there's 730 individual biogenic swamp fragments, I'd have to like claim. I couldn't afford that shit. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the gas would be crazy. There's got to be some kind of way where you get something that represents that amount, or you get some kind of immediately I'm like some kind of, polygon or type situation where it's not on the same network and it's more cost effective, which makes me think that Magic Eden has to be on the horizon, and maybe like an ape coin layer 2. Nah, I don't know,
Not
man.
yet, not yet. The ape
Yeah.
chain is up to the ApeCoin DAO, and it's pretty clear. We got,
Ah,
like, and not to say Yuga's not working with, people who are writing these proposals. Spencer Tucker did come out and said, "Yo, I love this energy, around the ape chain, and we can." It almost seemed like he was kind of saying, like, "Yo, we could totally use something like this. Let's go,
yeah,
DAO. Let's go, DAO." So yeah, that's what makes me think there's going to be a gap. It's like these minting events, like get the sediment fragments into 1155 tokens, and in the meantime, let's start experimenting with evolving your Kodamar before we can actually put them to use and have the story of the shattered continuing to like take over the
It
other side. You know
it
what I
kinda
mean?
would make sense actually to introduce all the characters first before you put them into the world, right? Like, give
Yeah.
us all the characters that
Let's
exist.
like let's
Let
like
us start to get
strategize.
familiar, like, especially too if it's something that the Kodamara may also be another IP opportunity. I don't know, is that do we have IP on our I don't think we would on our little farmers and hunters because they all so similar. There's only 5 of them, right?
It's not unique. Yeah.
Yeah, like, but if there's a Kodamara and
Kodamar
they get
could be
ingested with
different.
something special and
That could
unique
be
and there's one of
different.
one catalyst, maybe this is a new IP
It's
opportunity.
I would think so. I would
I
think it's an evolution, right? So same thing with like heavy metal, except heavy metal Evo ones. Like we didn't have IP for the sewer passes
yeah,
because they're so similar. But
right.
even though they were unique, they did a good job at like making them unique with the little numbers and all that. But yeah, as soon as they become unique, I could see Yuga giving up the IP to the holders, for the
Yeah, why
Kodamar.
not? Yeah, gives more
But
people an entry opportunity.
the only thing I could think of is like if they're meant to be traded like often. But they've also referred to the original Coda collection as elders.
Yeah.
And so I would see it in the same vein as the Coda collection IP, which the holders own the commercial rights for.
I wanted to ask you this earlier, and, do you think that we're gonna get entry into Otherside before the year's over, you know? Like, we've got about a month and a half. I thought they said once upon a time this year that it would
Yeah,
happen, you know
they
what I
said
mean?
several times. There was a few times of, just the tease out of a persistent world being available. But I think they've had like, so many different things that happened since then with like the strategic partnerships and the reorg of, Yuga and the team to refocus on the other side and how they're approaching things with the third parties that I think, it kind of pushed things back. And I get it. This shit is not easy,
Right.
So I definitely like have a spot for Grace, but at the same time, like holding them accountable as a holder, as someone who put a lot of time and energy and funds into some of this stuff to get my enjoyment out. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I can't wait to just get in there and build, dude. Because Legends of the Mara is cool, but it's a very much like 2D kind of soft
Yeah,
staking
it's
game
not
type thing.
exactly what we signed up for. A lot of these games are
Yeah, this
they're
is
they're they're welcomed because they're keeping us busy until we get to the main thing that we want. You know what I
and
mean?
it we knew that with the land ownership that there was going to be farming, right? That we're going to have to do some of these like worker tasks. And this is actually a really great interface and way to program that.
Well, and it's creative and unique in that it's not like a Minecraft where we're on the land, like, we have to go hit
Yeah,
this
like I'm
button and like
like I got log in to freaking go
yeah,
farm
yeah,
this stuff.
like, this becomes a lot more passive. They understand their collector base, that a lot of collectors don't want to be actively doing a task, right?
It
Like,
would discourage you from owning even more,
yeah, like,
you know?
especially because 'cause they're trying to oblige that, there is a group of owners that will have a tremendously large amount, and that shouldn't be, penalized, right?
Yeah.
So, it's interesting, man. I'm hopeful that I'm hopeful that at least in 2024, we'll get more opportunity, especially now that we have Eric Reed and all these new, groups kind of under the Yugo squad, wing, let's say, and outsourcing a lot of stuff, and
Broadway.
maybe they can work a little faster, you know? I'm
Oh,
I'm not in a rush, but, like, I I'm hopeful that we get into it this year, you know what I mean? Because the little taste we've gotten along the way, each time I'm fucking like, "This is incredible. This is everything I want. Now let me in," you know?
yeah.
But it's gonna take time for them to create, so we're
Dude,
here for it. We're here for it.
I just realized I have like I don't know if I'm experiencing a little bug or something like that, but check it out, dude. Here's other deed 2338. Oh, all right. I'm glad I caught this. This is why it's not a bug because I'm free. I just changed my code on there. It's farming, and I was so used to it hunting right immediately. So,
Mm.
dang, dude. Okay, damn.
Yeah, you gotta get
Wait, a
on it, dog.
wasted time. Just a bunch of wasted time. It was farming on biogenic swamp. Are you kidding me? Luckily, it wasn't that long. I just re-strategized earlier today, dude. I'm like, is this a bug? All right,
I
cool.
know.
Now,
I'll show you guys what I'm working with. I'll
yeah,
bring up my
I'll
wallet in a
I'll
second.
do that while I'm doing this. Damn it, dude. I feel so dumb. All right. Damn. See, this is what I'm trying to defeat in the next 4 days.
Running out of time, dog.
Yeah, dude. This is exactly why, we talked about, yo, man, I would love to rent an enchanter right now or a coda just so I can get this. And did you see that someone just teased out the ability to rent some of these assets that they're working on it? Did you see
I
that?
did. Yeah, I did see that. It's interesting.
What do you think? It was actually something I wanted to talk to you about.
I mean,
Would you
my
be
initial thought
interested
was
in
like,
renting assets for
I
Legends of Tomorrow?
it's hard to say because, like, as playing this game, I don't know what the value of any of these items are. So, like, to rent these codas for a guest price, I don't know if this is the right action because I don't know if the reward the person is getting for renting the coda will be worth more than what I'm getting paid to be rented the coda, right? So, like,
Well, here's the thing is the whoever's renting it out gets to choose, you know?
to choose what?
So I'm gonna pull up this tweet right here. So this is Zarta Finance, and they put guess what's brewing, and they put up this screenshot of all ODAs, your rentals, your owned ODAs, and how it works. And then you can toggle something with show available ODAs only, and it shows all the available workers. And so someone could theoretically, this is a mock up, but someone could theoretically go in here and say, here's the duration allowed. Here's 1 to 24 hours. So they are saying if whoever has this coda right here is basically saying, look, I'll rent this coda out, and whoever wants to rent it could rent it for 1 to 24 hours. Dude, this is like Blockbuster for Otherside. And the price per hour, they put 1.25 ape coin. So it's kind of going to the supply and demand,
It's an
like,
interesting idea, but it still doesn't like answer my question of we don't know what the assets are worth that we're mining for. So that risk reward is blind right here. Like, yes, you can set your own price and ask of $1 or 1.2, whatever you want for your ape coin per hour, but you don't know if those items that are being hunted for or farmed for are worth more than what you're asking right now. See what I'm saying? So, like, it's a cool idea, but it's kind of like a blind activity in terms of the risk because most risk reward, you wanna know what you could get versus that. You kinda have, like, that framing point. So it's a dope idea. It's dope that you could do that hourly rate. It'll be way more interesting when I know exactly what those hunting ships are worth and those fragments are worth, right? Because then I can do the math and go, "Ah, yeah, it's worth it to me to rent this or sell it or buy
yeah.
those fragments or whatever."
So yeah, you gotta assume that people would be doing that math. I'm curious for the chat. Would you be interested in renting a coda for 1 ape an hour for 24 hours? That's 24. Yeah, like
It's like 24 bucks, right?
it's crazy. Like I that's pretty much how much I lost, how much I felt I lost right now by having my freaking coda accidentally farming because
Well,
I
it
didn't switch it over
if
to hunting.
so let's
'Cause I'm
let's
a
switch
dummy.
over to that idea, Sean. Earlier we were talking about as someone who just has like biogenic and mutant goo, right? But they have a coda. And they can't farm anymore, and they've hunted all they can on those deeds. So what can they do with it? They don't want to sell it. Now this is an awesome opportunity, right? Because they're not using their coda, and
Yeah.
they're like, hell yeah, I got this extra asset that's just sitting around. You're welcome to use it for this hourly rate.
Well,
That
dude, what if
immediately
it
makes
was
sense.
exactly, like, what if it's like, okay, cool, like, that makes especially makes sense for, like, farmers and you don't have any other deeds. Like, people are gonna be in numerous situations where they're like, "I just don't have the deeds to put." Like, I hunted all of my Goliaths. I killed all the Goliaths and shattered on my deeds. Like, I might as well loan this stuff out and have it earn me income for people that could make use of my workers.
Yeah, I mean it's a tough call right now until we have more information. But as a concept, it's super cool. It's definitely something that I think will be a feature in the future, where people actively do stuff like that. So that absolutely makes sense.
Yeah. Adam, what up, Adam? Otherdex.io.
Yeah,
Similar situation considerations going to purchasing as well. I think just a smaller scale.
this is an interesting one by Nicolas Cage. Towards the end of the season, that will be more enticing if you're going to miss the master chest by a few hours, for example. Exactly, and you're like, hey, I've got four hunters on a tier 5 deed and two enchanters. If I can go rent those real quick
Look at
for
me.
2 days, like
Look,
boom, it's
look at
totally
this
worth it.
fool. You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. I got 4 days left. Like, I need to speed this guy up. I just reallocated. I'm like, oh, I gotta put the coda on there. And then my dummy just started farming on the biogenic swamp sediment instead.
Dummy.
Again, I'm just so mad at myself right now,
Let
dude.
me see what I got.
I
I'm
got
gonna
4 days left.
this is what I've been working with, right? My farming isn't tremendous based on what I've got because a lot of these are sediment tier ones, but working with what I got, I'm pretty content with it. The farming right here. Oh, I think I just defeated a chest. Let's see. Can you guys
Oh,
see
you
this?
defeated a chest.
Let's get yeah, I'm getting it. I defeated a shattered. Let's get
What?
it. What did I get? A novice chest. This is one of those bullshit things where I put my coda on
Let's
this
go,
early
novice.
on and it said I was hunting even though I wasn't, you know what I
Let's
mean?
go. Too uncommon, too common.
All right.
It's very
Just
novice.
adding it to the collection, you know. But perfect opportunity to move this coda and get it to do something else because now I got a few days. So
Dude, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm tripping out because freaking look at this. Anthony said, check your wallet. And you know how that, like, who, you can't just be saying, check your wallet, dude. Cause, like, what? And then he said, he's done for now. Right. So he's maxed out on all his production. And he said, sent you 2 enchanters. I don't even know who he's talking to. He's probably talking to me. And they said, send them back when you're done.
noise.
What the? Let me see, dude. What's going on? Look at.
Put them to work, dog.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Look at this. Anthony. Hold on. Sorry, dude. Let me take over the screen. Look at this, dude. I got 2 enchanters in here. Dang, bro. What a G. All I gotta say is please remember which numbers. No, it's on the chain. It's on the chain. That's right. Let's go. Awesome. Dude, Anthony, salute to you. Kid A in the house, man. My man. This is gonna help. This is gonna help. I believe it. I believe it. Dude, thank you so much, man. I'll send him back. You know, I got you. He's been one of the most kind people I've met in this space. And I've had the fortunate ability to meet him at the 10KTF Kagami NTech event in LA. And yeah, I put one of those bad boys to work on this one that I'm right up against. And then I'm gonna put the other one on this this one that I'm only outfitting 2 hunters on a tier 3. So I'll go ahead and add that other enchanter there right now. My man.
That's very
Thank
cool.
you so much, dude. I love that. Look at him. He's like, get that chest. Let's go. Chest pump. Fuck yeah, dude.
That's awesome,
all right,
man.
I feel a little bit more encouraged.
I feel like you can make it. Can make it
Yeah,
after all, dog.
he gave me a little bit of wag me sauce.
All right, I'm getting
Yeah, what
my
you
shit.
doing? What you doing?
I'm getting situated for, what I'm trying to do because now I'm realizing there's such a few days left. I got things that are halfway done. And I got this one that's brand new. I haven't even started apparently, never even put anything on it. So like shit, I might as well try to get as many chests as I possibly can out of this situation.
So
It's only
what are
been
you
on
looking
for
at?
1 minute 50 seconds. So I was like, oh shit, I better put my codas on here and put them to work.
All right. Oh, you know what? Use that bottom right hand corner. Oh, I guess you can't now. Yeah, now you can't. But when it's all full, it's like one of the most like coolest things because you can just say unleash all skills and then it just does all of them for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty gratifying.
I never even noticed that, to be honest with you. I
I
barely
know,
get
I
into
didn't
the buttons.
notice.
So I'm like, I want to touch them all, want to click them.
Yeah. You know what? You can it's a dopamine hit too if you just do them each individually. But like sometimes when I have a little bit of time and I'm like, ooh, both of them are fired up. Boom, that bottom right hand button is pretty nice to use.
I dig how it looks on the acid land, the back of it, like how
Damn, you're right, dude.
they
That shit looks
uniquely make them all look
fire.
bad. Yeah. Super sick. All right, this is activated for that one. I used my mist early on that they gave me for free real fast.
That shit went. It went.
But this is cool. This game is a blast, but we're getting to the end of season 1. Curious to see what comes. You think they'll do a holiday announcement? I mean, Thanksgiving's coming up. You think they're taking the holidays off, or we're gonna get something to chop it up with over like, hey guys, we're so thankful for you that we're gonna open up the Otherside.
You know what?
Could you imagine?
It would be great if there was. If it'd be great if there was something like we can all play with over the holidays, where it was kind of. It doesn't have to be much. It could be low key. Thank you, Anthony. I can't tell you thank you enough, man.
Yeah, that's so sick. That's
I
so
will.
sick,
I'll
bro.
send them. I'll send them back, especially before anything like with season 2. Um, but yeah, I would hope the team gets some, holiday time off. I hate working over the holidays, dude.
I
But
feel it.
the
I feel
thing
it.
is, you don't want to burn out either, especially with the team. They just got over A Fest. They've been gearing up. Let's maybe hopefully get one more thing. We're capping off this season. We're gonna get into the grilled. We're getting into heavy metal arena.
Yeah.
That might be good.
2024 is gonna be a big year. Like we got a
That's it.
lot on the
Like,
horizon.
come off strong
So I'm
in
curious,
that
like how do
time.
we end the year? I think we get one more big thing. We end the year on a high note, and then we go into 2024 just fucking ready to go.
Yeah,
That's kind of what I think.
exactly. And I'll
Yeah.
be refreshed by then.
Yeah, and we all need it, right? Like it's been a hell of a year. The bull market came and went. The bear market
Hey, how
sh-
about
showed its
let's
fangs.
play around with, we know the 3D avatars for the apes are done. Like, let's get an opportunity to play around in there. What up, PF
Yeah,
Fangs?
yeah. PF Fang. Yo, that's coming straight from PF Fang. No, honestly, 2024 is going to be a great year. Can you even believe, Sean? Like this has been multiple years of being in the club. We've seen it evolve from something that was niche and counterculture to now something that's just become a fucking gigantic piece of the Web3 identity, right? So now looking forward to what 2024 can be, there's untapped potential, right? There really is. So I'm curious, man. There's a lot of cool things coming out. I think we talked about this in
My
in
big
kind of our
hat is
post
on
for
the
this.
way. My bucket hat's on the way.
Well, that's what I say. We talk about this in our post, like the ComplexCon, the Nike Dunks collab with RDFK, RTF KT, whatever.
Artifact.
Yeah, Artifact. I'm like, bro, tired.
Artifact. It's
Just
all
all
good.
these, the Bait Board Ape collab, like all these things. Did you see the Supra collab with Board Apes that came out?
What?
Bro, Supra, remember from back in the day, that skate company?
They did a collab with Bored Apes?
They did, not with the Bored Ape official, but somebody in Supra and an owner of a Bored Ape did a project. Like they made a little item. I'm gonna have
Oh.
to look for it real quick. That shit,
Oh, back in the day. Yes. That's Chad Muska's company, man.
right? So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
just did
So
something.
I thought
Anyways,
they did a box, like a 3D box. And it was just like a digital thing though. That's what
no,
I thought.
this one's
This
like
is
a
something new?
jacket. Yeah, 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 posted like today.
Oh shit, you gotta pull that up, dude. In the meantime, I want to talk about, we wanted to talk about ComplexCon because that's been pretty much a staple for culture, especially with streetwear, fashion. Man, hold on, dude. Someone keeps trying to log into my Apple ID, dude.
Better tell them to
Hell,
knock it off.
hell no.
I'll have to find that shit later, but
Um,
I can't find it right
yeah,
now.
find that because that should be big news if they're doing something cool, especially with Supra. But I do remember them putting out something like a year or two ago, like 2 years ago. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing something again with one of their apes as an IP or someone that they're working with. Um, but yeah, man, ComplexCon was cool. One of the things I was like tuned into, it happened in Long Beach. And I gotta just say, shout out to the Artifact team. Shout out to Cass, who I had the opportunity to link up with and meet in real life after just being homies online at the Board in LA A-Fest satellite event. So, it was dope. He was one of the guests along with Compound, who's a community leader, has Bad Take, which I'm repping today. Um, Bad Take and the community over there. That's just like, that it's kind of like what other spaces for the other side, they do it for clones and stuff like that. So it's just a community led thing. But yeah, Cass, he made sure I was good, got into ComplexCon, and yeah, there was and then Compound just made sure I had some of these access granted cards.
Oh, nice.
So I didn't have to wait in the line or anything like that,
That's super sick.
which was great. But two Web3 brands that were represented at ComplexCon that I was aware of, and that was Artifact and Doodles. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, was just both of those experiences. So as far as Artifact, I actually decided to just do a little recap on my, like, as a thread.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, I posted it. I'll put it up right now. Share this tab. You go in here, and then I probably, like, I might have some photos and stuff on my camera roll I could
Oh, nice.
throw up. But yeah, I made this little clip right here. You know, can you hear that?
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, by the way, I started my day off with you as your ape hitting me up on the timeline,
Yeah,
just
dog.
saying GM. So I had to hit you back, dude. And I'm loving the banter back and forth, just doing it publicly. Let's go, dude.
Yeah, appreciate
As our apes. And so yeah, dude, going to the event was really cool. Artifact had this booth right here, and the booth would look like one of those monolith boxes, you know, and
Oh, that's
it was
rad.
right at the entrance. You see the big swoosh at the bottom too, and it was right at the entrance of the entire event. So just the, like, I don't know what booth number it was, but it was one of the first ones that you had to see. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
So
Yeah,
the doors,
it looked like a big standout visual, like, "Wow, what is that? You gotta check it out," kind of vibe.
exactly. They left a lot of mystery. The booth was completely closed and enclosed, and you had to go through the doors. They had a couple security guards in the front. Once you get in, you kind of just, the first thing you see is like these 3 glass cases, and you see the void colorway of the Dunk Genesis right there. And up here, it said on the top right hand corner, and on the LED screens, actually, it says pre-order. And so this was their opportunity to do a public sale, essentially.
Hmm.
So this public sale was available for anyone that attended ComplexCon. So instead of having to own the Dunk Genesis NFT and pay through, you know, with Ethereum or with ETH, people were able to pre-order right there on the spot with their credit card. And so they were
Wow.
able to do that at the ComplexCon event. And dude, when I went up to one of the desks, like, there were some people there that were pre-ordering them and asking a lot of questions and things like that. So it was cool to see.
Yeah, they looked
But
interesting, man. What'd you think about them when you actually saw them? Because
yeah,
online, I felt so many
the
sorts of
renders look a
ways.
little bit different. These definitely have I have a different feeling and take of them now that I see them in
It looks
person.
like a very chunky shoe with a
They
lot
are
going on.
chunky. They are chunky. They got their, you know, chunky soles. Like, I think of like the Prada boots, you know,
Like, you're
Balenciaga.
not playing ball in these, you're not skating, you're walking
Yeah,
heel
yeah.
to toe, heel to toe.
That's exactly what I said. Heel to toe, heel to toe. That's why I said, you know, I said these definitely grew on me seeing them in real life. A little more on the chunkier side, as this is more of a lifestyle shoe than something you'd rock for sports.
Right.
I did think like the blacks were nice and deep on the top. It almost like was like, I I don't know if, I don't think it was suede, but it felt pretty smooth right here.
Right.
But the materials felt good, and it wasn't like too heavy either. I gotta say, like, even though the sole looks chunky, it wasn't like crazy heavy. But the purple swoosh on the side, like you can see the details. It just looks so cool. And it just hits. And I think I was just really, really happy. I was like, oh man, I'm glad I ordered this. I love the blade, you know.
Yeah.
So on the inside of the foot of the shoe, you have the blade here. And then, they have here's a little video. But they have these modules, these mods. They have the tongue mod and the heel mod, and those clip on and off. And apparently, people could 3D print their own. You
Oh,
know what I
that's
mean?
cool.
So I think how most shoes are aimed for a particular sport or athlete. These are aimed at creators, forward
Nice.
thinkers. This is how I would probably rock it the most of the time.
Yeah,
Is
without that stuff.
without the mods. What do you think of that, dude? Like, do you think with or without the mods if you were to get
I mean,
one?
just it looks less chunky. So
Yeah, it looks like more like SB, with the fat tongue
they're interesting,
flared
man.
up.
I think these are collectible sneakers. I could see the interest in collecting them.
Mm.
I do see that it would be, like, personally a sneaker that, of course, you're gonna rock to every single, NFT event you can, but I don't know, like, that's not a daily wear by any means, you know? It's something that you're stoked to have, but, like, it's a badass sneaker. It's a part of I hate to say this, but, like, cultural identity of Web3, right? Like, this is a new piece of coolness, but it's not for everyone.
I like that new piece of coolness.
I kinda want one, right? But I don't know that I would ever wear them. But,
Yeah, so they have the everything exploded on the table right here.
that's interesting.
Yeah, all the different parts. This is like it's kind of like unibody type pattern, where you just have the different patterns, right? And they all just kind of get sealed together. And then these are the two mods. You have the tongue mod and the heel mod right here.
That's sick.
And
I think
so
it's cool that you
this,
can maybe 3D print your own pieces in the future. That could be very creative.
and then apparently, like, these are the vials, and this is the void vial. But,
Oh,
there's going to be a digital representation. They already have a website called Dunk Files, and
oh,
you get the 3D model. But what they've done with the Air Force Ones is based on how many vials you have and what type of vial, you have different evolutions of the digital shoe.
oh, wow.
And you actually get all the 3D files for the digital evolution of it as well. So if you have Murakami DNA, and you have Evo 1, Evo 2, Evo 3. Like the Evo 3 digital shoe, whether like people view it in AR or you're in the metaverse, like imagine yourself on the other side with some freaking crazy ass Murakami kicks. That's the type of thing that they're really trying to go for, is give you like a digital representation of the shoe. And these vials kind of play into that. So
That's awesome, man. I mean, the ghost ones look cool. Like,
these are actually the OG.
yeah.
So the ghosts, they just put up those for pre-order, which I put a little picture up, but these are the OG. These weren't available for pre-order. But what you can see here is that lenticular upper, which kind of gives you that color,
Yeah, it
kind
looks
of
like they're shining.
iridescent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got it all over the shoe, dude.
Those are
And
pretty. Those are cool.
it actually looks really good in real life. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Yeah,
it caught
those are
my eye.
bro, but, like, tell me those are not collectible sneakers,
Dude,
right?
I
Like,
think
I
so.
don't know that I'd wear them, but I'd want them in a glass box with, like, flashing lights on them and shit.
I mean, if we flash it,
Welcome to my in-house shoe museum.
yeah, I do like these. I mean,
Oh, those are
I
sick. Those
did
are my
get 3
favorite.
pairs
Are the same?
of the OGs, yeah.
You're crazy, bro.
Well, just because I want to be able to rock a pair and then one to maybe have on ice and then maybe one to flip, you know what
Yeah,
I
because
mean?
if you can sell one and it pays for both of
And it
them, then
pays
you're
for
straight.
both.
Then you're
You already
straight.
know.
You're
You already
straight.
know, bro.
Bro, I just got a pair of
So
the Concord 11s. Not as cool, but,
the gratitudes,
Yeah, the gratitude is not the
Okay.
Concord 11s. The
Yeah.
I pulled them out. I'm like, damn, they look exactly the same to me. They all look
It's
the
that
same.
bottom sole, man. It
Yeah,
looks nice though
they
with the
smell so good.
different than the Bape shoes you
Dude,
got.
that vape was chemical. I took out. I was like, everybody out of the house.
Yo, I gotta air this
I
shit
gotta
out.
open some fucking windows.
Shit.
Oh man. Well, listen, guys, we're doing Other Space FM
Ooh,
tomorrow at 11
that's
a.m.
true.
instead of Thursday because this Thursday is not Halloween. It's Thanksgiving, and it's an opportunity to spend some time with our family. So we're not going to miss a week, but we are going to pivot to Wednesday instead at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah.
So come through, talk about all the things. Hopefully, Yuga gives us a groundbreaking announcement in the next 10 hours. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, man. Definitely tap in with us. We should have a good time. Also, like you're kicking off like a community space earlier tomorrow too, right?
Yeah, dude. Tomorrow's gonna be fun,
There
interesting.
you go.
You know what, Sean, I missed? You and I have done a lot of spaces, and there's a lot of bored apes. There's a lot of homies. I miss that just being something we do. And so the other day, I just decided, hey, I'm gonna make a post. Hey, let's do a spaces board ape community hangout. Literally just to get to know each other.
Do
Who's
it.
still here? Who's new? Let's get together and vibe. So
Like it. Yeah.
curious how that'll go.
Just free flow.
Yeah, just like it. To be honest with you, Sean, I was
Just
thinking
get
about
people
the
there.
first Venice meetup. Like we're all just together in a room, getting to talk to each other, and if we could do that in a space, like I'd be super super happy. So
I feel
9
you,
a.m.
man. I'm
tomorrow.
excited.
Yeah, and then we'll get
I'll
all the
wake up.
homies to come to Other Space FM and continue the conversation.
Let's do it. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I'm glad you're taking initiative to just, get some club vibes going. It's not every day we can just like, hey, we're doing something for the club. Who if you're in the club, come up.
Well, and that's
um,
the thing I think about oftentimes. We talk about Sean is permissionless. Like
it's
we're in
community led,
we're in the
dude.
club, so like I hear people say all the time, I never left. All right, if you never left, let's fucking hang out. How come I never see any of you guys pull up? So, I'm excited to see who pulls up. Everyone's welcome to come through, share your story, share your purpose, share your reality, share why you're still here or why
Yeah,
you
man.
joined, So
I love it, man.
I'm excited.
Also shout out, Peter Fang. He was at that meetup too. It's been dope to see his journey in terms of initiative. He
What
showed
an
so much
evolution.
initiative.
Hmm.
I know, man. And then also, dude, my brother Perry. Perry's in the house.
Yo, what's up, fam?
What up, Perry? It's good to see people who who aren't like Perry's into Web3. Like he knows about it. He even got a doodles at once. But then he was out. And so he might be coming back in. Let's go. But real quick, just to cap this experience, I ended up copping this shirt. This one right here. Had to do it.
Oh, nice.
As oops, you stepped into the future. I had the dunks. It had a pretty cool bag with it, little tote bag as
Did you get
well.
any of those shoes yet, or do you have to wait?
No, dude, these are all kind of made to order. So they collect the size and then they're going to order they're going to be
What
they
sizes did you order for yours?
uh like I mentioned, I got 3 pairs of those OGs. So I did 10 and a half and 11 just so I can just make sure, I
Yeah.
can fit one.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that was cool. And then also I gave a shout out to Cass and Compound, and like I said, I'm rocking the Bad Take. Shout out to the Bad Take crew. There was a dope after party there in K-Town as well. And so went from Long Beach to K-Town, got to meet a lot of people, got to see a lot of old homies, a lot of OGs as well. And it was good vibes, and all the drinks, the well drinks were free. So, that's how it is in Web3, dude.
Nah.
But You know, I enjoy kicking it with people. By the way, they have their recap video going live on Cyber tomorrow. So they are going to premiere the recording. They've been doing a lot of production. This guy, Sir Snapback, he's like a beast with the production, does this professionally. They were over there with the cameras and the mics and all that. And yeah, they're going to be premiering it on Cyber. And so all the clones have their VRM files ready, and they're all going to meet in the metaverse and watch the recording of ComplexCon.
I propose, Sean, that
Is
in
that
the
cool?
future, I think that's rad, and that
And
inspired
this
me to
is
think
all their
that.
IP.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, this is
Oh,
all
okay.
their IP. This is Dre, Millie, fucking Max.
I was like, "Hello, is this thing on?"
And
No. So this is giving me an idea, Sean, and I've been thinking about this since Thread Guy. I think next event we go to, we're hiring a camera crew to follow us around and just capture everything. You know what I mean? Like, just get them up in there with that big that big old camera. Like,
yeah, but the
let's
thing
get
is,
it.
like, how are we gonna hire people, dude? Like, this is like the community stepping up, bro.
Yeah, same thing. We'll find community to step up.
Yeah, but you said hire people.
Yeah,
If we can
if
get
we have
somebody
a
too,
budget,
that'd be great.
if we could, that'd be. I'm in. I
Exactly.
pay because everyone should get paid. Homie hookup, because God, that's where
Absolutely.
we're at.
That's why I'm speaking more out of frustration, dude. Like, god damn, I wish I could. I would,
Pay the man.
we already got the connects
They're
and
like,
the
listen,
people.
I will give you 1 pair of dunks.
But yeah, look at this Doodles booth, man. They're taking IP to the next level, and that's kind of
Rocks
where
though.
I wanted to say, we were talking, like, it's in the
Oh, those are
title
sick.
too, taking IP to the next level. And I think Doodles is really getting there. I don't own a Doodles, but seeing like these Crocs, which they sold out on the first day and they restocked for the second day. They just had, a certain allotment. But look at this.
Oh, that's funny.
How cool is the pocket tee with
That's
the
funny. I've never
first of all,
seen
I
that
was like,
before.
these are sick, dude. I would love some of these for, like, I want some baby ones for my daughter. And then this pocket tee with
Yeah, that's creative as shit.
that's so cool, man. And then yeah, they got, like, socks and stuff, but this plushie looks nice. And Gordon Goner got that same character. He got the gold one.
That's funny.
And then yeah, it was really cool. But really the coolest thing at the Doodle booth, besides this PS5, was that I got to meet Burnt Toast, which is the creator of Doodles. And it was just really cool, man, that he was so humble, just a creative guy. I felt like we both had very similar mindsets. And yeah, you know what? I don't think I can tell you, like, Pharrell's not out of the picture. You know what I mean? Like, he's still with Doodles. And they did acquire the studio. You know what I'm saying? That one studio. I forget what it's called, what they call, but they acquired it last year. It was an animation studio, Emmy award winning animation studio. So we were just talking about really taking the IP to that next level, and I was really trying to figure out, like, what are they cooking? Because I mentioned Pharrell, and he's still in the mix. I don't know, like, what. I don't want to, like, say anything, that I
When
that
you
was
say
meant to
mix, you
be.
mean he's making a tape for them? A doodle tape?
Yeah, doodle tapes. No, but just in the sense, like, he didn't lead the team. By the
Yeah.
way, what are you drinking tonight, man?
Just
I got
Coca-Cola.
this. This is nice. It's some white wine.
Gentleman's
There's some
collection.
Chardonnay. You know. But yeah, man, I feel like you know, for holders and adding value to the holders, I can't really speak on that. I posted that video. It got some good love, but everyone's like, there's also a lot of FUD in terms of like, yeah, but what, you know, what value is it adding to the holders? And I really can't speak to any of that, but I could say like the Doodles IP itself is so strong. It really stands out. And I would love to see more animation, more like cartoons or series, things that they can do creatively. And maybe in turn, that benefits the holders because the brand is going on a whole nother level that's extending outside of Web3.
I mean, did you see Cool Cats in their cartoon today? You know, like you seeing
I did.
brands getting different things going like that. So it's getting there. It takes
And
a long time to make a lot of these things, you know.
that's
So
exactly why I wanted to kind of mention that is like, yo, what's it going to take to like, how do you take IP to the next level? Let's take a look at Cool
time and
Cats right
money,
now.
time and money.
I mean, I'll play a little bit of the Cool Cats thing because if you haven't seen that, I think it's totally worth taking a look. So I'm gonna play this real quick, okay? This is I'm gonna play. It's 1:49. Go ahead, take a little smoke break while you watch this. Get a little sip, refill your cup. But I'm definitely playing this full screen for a minute 49.
Right, blind taste test.
Can you hear this?
Coffee from my brewing machine or Chuck's?
Totally two.
Tell me your secrets, Chuck's!
Dude, you're never getting in there.
What?
He's probably playing the beans jazz to keep him smooth.
Ridiculous. You keep the flavor smooth by teasing it out. Who's that dumbbell?
It's pretty sick animation though, huh?
Strong. Everyone knows the best coffee is
What do you think, Jay?
mellow.
I have a lot of thoughts I'll share after.
Okay.
I knew I detected the deep dark. Yes! That was weird.
That's it. I'm getting it now one way or another. Oh. I'm never gonna figure this out, am I?
Yeah, but there's beauty in not knowing how something works.
Joe's right. Like the sunset. Who pushes it down? Where does it sleep?
Wait, do you really not know how the sunset works?
So
Dope.
it's interesting, right? Because right off the bat, I think about some of the other cartoon projects that have existed in the world that were just like intentionally cartoon NFT projects, right?
Yeah.
This is just a cartoon project from a community that is making something cool, right? Like that was cool. I watched a cartoon the other day that was really not the greatest animation, but the story, the you know, the dialogue, it was appealing. It held my attention. I've also been traveling every once in a while, and you catch those early morning kids cartoons, and it has that vibe right there for that Cool Cats cartoon where it's silly, it's playful. That's not something I'm going to tune into, but I could see that being something that like little
It's
kids look
pushing it.
forward to, right?
It's pushing it like beyond Web3,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you're looking for a new audience because that
You get to
audience
know
can
the
find.
characters too. Like
Well,
it said Artie right there, you know, it's like you start building character development and people start, you know, falling in love with some of these characters, which is really, really dope.
especially trying to create behaviors and relate and new relationships with people who aren't going to buy it, but they're dedicated to it, right? So you see a plushie, now there's an audience
Yeah.
for who desires a plushie, right? And
Yeah.
and that makes sense together, right? So
Dude, that's what
it's
I'm
very
hoping
interesting.
for
It's very interesting.
heavy metal doing like more anime shit, you know? Like I saw that Azuki anime trailer that they did, and then freaking Bored Ape Yacht Club put out the heavy metal trailer, and it had, you know, Jeff and the whole story of him being friends with Curtis, and then the monsters like split them up while they were fishing and started attacking, and Jeff was going for revenge and upgrading his shit, so I just hope to see more like creative storytelling. I think it pushes the IP forward, and then it helps the community IP attached to it.
Yeah.
Like you said, there's like those it's the impact that it has as well for any other products that are made by the IP holders. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Well,
they can start building out cool cat stuff or doodle stuff or board ape stuff or heavy mouse stuff and like, oh shit, that I like that.
it's always good too, I think, from a leadership perspective for the main persons of that project to lead out with example, right? And you see like
Yeah.
Klon doing like, yo, this is where I'm setting the bar. That's awesome. That's incredibly cool. I thought those visuals were neat, man. But I
Yeah.
thought the story was appealing. So I'm appreciative that you shared that, Sean. There's a lot of cool IP cooking up in this space. I know we're big fans of developing IP and seeing what we could do with our characters. So
Yeah. Also,
what do you got? What do you
do
got?
we have I'm curious if there's any dudes, I don't know what you call them. I'm curious if there's anyone that is a Doodles fan. So let me know. But I did get this poster for free, which is cool. I'm trying to open it.
A
I
doodle.
haven't
I think
actually
that's right.
opened it.
I think it's called a dude. Oh,
I've seen people say dudes with DOODS, but I don't know.
Well,
But
while
I do love the art, man.
I
Here, I
know.
got it.
I wish I would have got one of those early on. The pastel colors speak to me.
Little Doodles ComplexCon
Oh, that's cool.
poster. Yeah, man. Super sick artwork. I love the colors. I love the gradient. I just love the color palette. I just think it can go really far. I know we're jumping back and forth between doodles and cool cats, and people get them confused all the time, but I think it also really extends to this conversation of taking IP to the next level. It's cool to look outside of Bored Ape Yacht Club and Yuga Labs as well to see like what are other projects doing, how are they pushing it. The success is still like to be determined, but
Right.
I do like the direction of content, them putting out content.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
all right. So P Fang, Peter, Swicky's also a doodle, super bullish on them. This poster's for you guys. I'm gonna save this for you. This one's yours. Thank you
Nice.
for calling out. Thanks for tapping in, Peter.
Yeah, appreciate everyone tapping in, actually. This has been nice, and Anthony doing that nice gesture as well.
I know.
This has been a cool giving
I
space.
know.
I think this is a great time to appreciate everyone and start to wrap up as we gotta come back early in the morning tomorrow to do let's call it a Friendsgiving episode. Let's call it that. We're gonna vibe on spaces. We're not gonna miss our week. We've been doing this every week for over a year now. We're not gonna miss it, but we'll move it so that we could maybe spend some time with our family, maybe celebrate some birthdays for some loved ones.
Shout out
Maybe
Ken Nana.
maybe watch some football game because there's gonna be only one football game. Right?
Congratulations. You got a W.
Yeah, man.
You
But
got a W.
to be honest with you, I wasn't thrilled about it, but I'll take
What?
it.
Why? Why
Well,
weren't you
because I had a
thrilled about it?
1-9 record, and NFT Traveler, I ended up beating her, and I'm like, oh fuck, like at least she could go up, and I didn't think. The worst part
Dude,
was
that's colluding. That's
it's not
colluding.
it's not
No.
colluding, it's hoping for a better outcome. Because
Okay,
no matter
okay.
what, I still put in my players and tried. I mean, you see it because I won.
You didn't
But
start Calvin, dude? Come
why
on.
would I, bro? Look at his fucking scores. He's let me down. His last
Dude,
few
he's a
scores were like
beast.
4 points, bro. He was getting nothing. So that's an anomaly for him to get
I
that
don't
shit.
think so.
Justin
He's a
Jefferson
beast.
killed me. Calvin
Yeah.
Ridley was my second Oh, it's been a bad football season.
Oh,
Anyways, don't get me started. Thank you for the compliment, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, no. It's bro.
You're good, man. You got a dub, dude.
I know.
You better not end the season with just 2 wins. either.
I'm really upset because my first win, my first game of the season was a win. I was like, yeah, I got this. And then it was just all downhill.
Yeah.
So, and then
He's a commish.
also, I'm still, bro,
He's
Jeep,
commish with Maddie.
bro, Safe Light, glass repair. Don't even get me
Oh,
started.
glass repair. I was like, what's the safe light thing?
Yeah, not fleshlight, dog. I did not fleshlight. Get your mind out of the gutter, son. All right, guys.
Dude.
We appreciate everyone tuning in. Sean, you have any parting thoughts before we wrap up, man?
Shit, man, you catch me off guard. Dude. Well, one, always have to give thanks. Thank you, Jason. This is again my favorite night of the week, just because I got to hang with my homie, dude. Just being able to be on this journey with you. You said it the other day in our meeting. But it's just like every time we kind of have our heads down and like, fuck, we gotta do this, we gotta do this, we should do this. And we start executing on it, and it gets hard. It gets really hard, especially when they're like we're struggling. Well, I don't want to speak for both of us on blood.
We're broke, motherfuckers, bro.
Especially when we're broke, dude. No, bear market's tough, man. And like none of this is like offering any sort of monetary value. We're actually, we're dumping money into these subscriptions, the website, the notions, the Discord, the da 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 da. But like to actually build something with you and others that's bigger than like just oneself is so dope. And to be on this journey with you is amazing. And so I don't want to take away your thunder for all the gratitude you've shown, but like I do want to say thank you in public. And then thank you to the people that tap in with us, I don't want to miss anyone if I start calling off names, but you guys in the chat, you guys know who you are. Thank you, Anthony, for fucking shooting me the enchanters to help me out. Like that really showcases the kindness that Jason has showed me when getting me involved with the club in the first place. And it's one of those things where like you do something like that act of kindness, and it gets passed forward because people are actually giving without any expectation of any sort of thing in return.
Yeah.
And that's the most genuine thing that someone can do. And when you have those genuine gestures, you make genuine connections that extend far beyond the moment. So I appreciate it, man. And appreciate people tapping in, especially those that tapped in for the first time to OTHERspace PM. We do this every Tuesday night. Usually have a little nightcap, just get loose. We didn't even revisit the CZ combo, but you know what, dude?
We'll talk about it tomorrow in space.
We're gonna have so many opportunities. Like, yeah, let's get down in X.
Let's get X rated, dog.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But
hey, listen, Mom Spaghetti, if you only have one chance and this is your moment, shit. CZ just bowed out. He said, listen, guys, I'm gonna give you $4 billion and I'm out. I'm gonna go disappear on an island now. Bro. I wish I had 4 billion. I could just but anyways, everyone has been a journey. Appreciate y'all. Hit that like, subscribe if you're on X, retweet it, whatever. We will see you tomorrow on X at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. OTHERspace FM. Good night, everyone. Peace.
Peace, everyone. Thank you.